The courtroom buzzed with tension, a low hum of whispers like bees before a storm. Karen, the self-appointed queen of the Maple Grove HOA, stood at the plaintiff's table, her manicured nails tapping impatiently. Her eyes, sharp as a hawk's, locked onto Miele, the quiet gardener who dared to live just outside her jurisdiction. My little cottage, with its wildflower meadow and unpainted fence, was a thorn in her side. She'd sued me for devaluing the neighborhood because my untamed yard didn't match her cookie-cutter vision. The audacity of it burned in my chest. I wasn't even in her HOA. Karen's voice sliced through the room, dripping with venom. She waved a stack of photos, me garden, my fence, my life, claiming they were an eyesore. The judge, a tired man with wire-rimmed glasses, barely glanced at them. I sat there, heart pounding, clutching a folder of my own. I'd spent weeks digging, not just in my garden but into Maple Grove's dirty secrets. Karen thought she'd crush me. She was wrong. The truth unraveled faster than her composure. I stood, my voice steady despite the knot in my stomach, and presented my evidence. Maple Grove's HOA charter, riddled with violations. Karen's reign wasn't just strict, it was illegal. She'd been extorting fees, forging signatures, and bullying residents into compliance. The courtroom gasped as I revealed her secret ledger, obtained from a whistleblower. Mrs. Delaney, the sweet elderly neighbor Karen had threatened to evict. Mrs. Delaney, frail but fierce, had slipped me the documents in a trembling hand, whispering, "End this, Ellie." I hadn't expected her courage, but it changed everything. Karen's face turned ashen as I laid out the proof. The judge's eyebrows shot up when I cited the state law that allowed dissolution of an HOA for gross misconduct. Her lawyer stammered, but the damage was done. The crowd of neighbors, packed into the gallery, erupted in murmurs. Karen had ruled them with an iron fist, fining them for unapproved mailboxes, dictating paint colors, even banning kids' lemonade stands. Now they saw her for what she was, a tyrant, not a leader. The confrontation peaked when Karen lunged forward, her voice shrill. "This is my community. You're nobody," she screamed, pointing at me. The judge banged his gavel, but I didn't flinch. I countered, calm but cutting. "You don't own us, Karen. You never did." Then I dropped the bombshell. A petition, signed by 80% of Maple Grove's residents, demanding the HOA's dissolution. Mrs. Delaney had rallied them in secret, her quiet strength the twist that turned the tide. The judge didn't hesitate. "Maple Grove HOA is hereby dissolved," he declared, his voice final. 3 minutes after Karen's tirade, her empire crumbled. Karen's downfall was swift and brutal. She staggered back, her perfect ponytail unraveling, her authority reduced to ashes. The neighbors cheered, some openly weeping. Karen had fined Mr. Lopez into bankruptcy, harassed the Wilsons' autistic son for noise violations, and driven the Patels away with her relentless nitpicking. Now, she faced lawsuits of her own class actions from the community she'd terrorized. As she stormed out, her heels clicking furiously, she shot me a look of pure hatred. I met it with a quiet nod, my garden's wildflowers blooming in my mind. The aftermath felt like spring after a long winter. Maple Grove transformed overnight. Fences went up in every color, kids played freely, and Mrs. Delaney hosted a block party in my meadow. I stood there, sipping lemonade, watching neighbors laugh without fear. I'd fought not just for myself but for them, for freedom from petty tyranny. My cottage, once a target, became a symbol of resilience. I realized then that courage isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's a quiet gardener with a folder of truth and an unexpected ally like Mrs. Delaney. This victory wasn't just mine. It was ours. It proved that one voice, backed by truth and community, can topple even the most entrenched power. If you've ever faced a Karen, a bully hiding behind rules, know this, you're not alone. Dig deep, find the truth, and fight back. You might just change everything. What do you think? Was I right to fight Karen's HOA, or should I have let it go? Share your thoughts below.